What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios. Back at it with another debate episode. Today's debate episode, we're going to be talking about Mecha Godzilla 2021 versus Shin Godzilla. So here's the plan, folks. We're going to put these two giant creatures against each other. But before we do that, we're going to analyze them, go over their abilities, characteristics, as I said, basically completely analyze them, and then put them up against each other in a death battle. So without further ado, let's begin with the backstory and all the good stuff with Mecha Godzilla 2021, or we could also call him Legendary Mecha Godzilla. So Mecha Godzilla was created by Apex Cybernetics and powered through King Ghidorah's cut-off head. However, King Ghidorah's consciousness takes over the robot and completely controls it. Now, the abilities of Mecha Godzilla are, I'm going to do a quick skim, we're going to finish off Mecha Godzilla and come back and do a deep analysis of each ability, so do not worry. So for abilities we have Buzzsaw Claws, heavy metal durability, missiles, Proton Scream, thrusters, and tail drill. And then territorial level is none, aggression is maximum, biome is earth. So let's go back to the abilities. Let's do a deep analysis. So first we have the Buzzsaw Claws, which I've said this in a previous video. The best analogy or comparison I could give to you is Gigan's saws, but basically these are Buzzsaw Claws on the arms, and basically he can buzz and basically buzz the saw, whatever you want to call it, buzzsaw, and claw his way or buzz his way into the flesh of his opponents. So it's very powerful. It's not going to cut through the flesh of every single opponent, but most opponents, for example, if we were to compare this creature with Kong, he could easily do it to Kong, because Kong is more of a flesh than scaly creature, right? So after that, we have the heavy metal durability. That's just his makeup, his components that make up Mecha Godzilla, and he's a very durable creature. And as we know, I mean, I call him a creature, you want to call him a mechanical creature, whatever, but I will tell you this, although he was able to get destroyed by Kong and Godzilla ripped apart, overall he is very durable though, in a pound by pound to look at him as a creation. After that we have the missiles. Yes, he can shoot missiles from his body, which they're not anything special. They're not going to kill an opponent. They're not going to do anything. It's more to stun the opponent is what those missiles are for. So it's nothing special. We have a Proton Scream, which is basically Mecha Godzilla's version of the Atomic Breath. It's way more powerful than the Atomic Breath. Way more powerful than the Atomic Breath. I mean, it is incredibly powerful, and we saw it in the film when Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla go at each other with their breaths. We see Mecha Godzilla take Godzilla's Atomic Breath. So that's the Proton Scream, and it is red. After that we have thrusters. Basically he can thrust from left to right, and he can use that to jump around or to even just bash into his opponents, right? And finally we have the tail drill. He has a drill at the end of his tail, and he can drill into his opponents. Okay. Now, that sums up Mecha Godzilla. Let's go over the master of evolution himself, Shin Godzilla. So, Shin Godzilla was a sea creature that initially got exposed to nuclear waste, which in turn completely deformed the creature and completely altered its DNA to be able to evolve almost instantly to its environment. This creature is now known as GOJIRA. Height of Shin Godzilla is approximately 118.5 meters tall. Abilities, same process, we're just gonna skim right now. Atomic Laser, thick skin. Atomic Laser, back of dorsal plates. Atomic Laser, tail. Tail recreation, I'll go into that in more detail. And then we have evolution. Territorial level is low. Aggression level is low. He's usually doesn't attack unless he's provoked. And biome is indeed unlimited. And I'll explain that why. Okay, so let's go back to the abilities, and let's do everything, including the biome. We'll do the biome at the end. So atomic laser is his atomic breath, so to speak. It is a laser, and it's purplish, and it just rips through everything, and it comes out of the mouth. After that, we have the thick skin. Shin Godzilla's skin is unpenetratable. It is so thick. It is one of the most thickest Godzilla skins I have seen to date. And it is any bomb that you throw at this thing, it is basically, it's not going to get through. The only place that a bomb or anything that it could get through would be I was going to say the back of the dorsal plates, but I'll rephrase that and say in between the back of the dorsal plates, where there's loose skin there, and that's where the atomic laser comes out from his back. That can be penetrated. We see that in the movie with the F-bombers. However, yeah, that's about it. But everywhere else, this thing is armored to the max. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next ability, which is the atomic laser back of the dorsal plates, which basically is the same atomic laser, but it comes out of every single pore of the skin in the back of the dorsal plate, and it goes all over the place, and it could shoot anything down. It goes as far as to take F-bombers out of the sky. So it's very powerful, and it is focused lasers, so they are pretty heated up and powerful and fast. Alright, let's continue. We have the atomic laser for the tail. Now, if that's not enough, he also has another part of his body that can shoot the atomic laser, and that's the back of his tail. And it's just as powerful as the one from the mouth that he has. I was going to say the front of him, but yeah, we just say the mouth as well. So that's what that is. And then also, our next ability is tail recreation. This is a very interesting ability. This comes from his evolutionary ability, and he likes to evolve or recreate creatures into what he sees they are. So in the film Shin Godzilla, he sees humans. So at the end of the film, we see humanoids he's trying to make humanoids in his own image. So that's the amazing ability of Shin Godzilla and his evolutionary ability. He can recreate with a new form. So if you were to see, for example, as we see in the video, Anguirus, you can technically create a creature that is kind of like Anguirus with his own DNA. It's kind of recreating what he sees through the eyesight. And then finally, we have just in general evolution. As we know, he goes from Form 1 to Form 2 to Form 3 and then Form 4. He can evolve based on his need to adapt to the environment, as we see that, to grow legs and to run and all that good stuff. And that's why the biome is unlimited, because he can evolve to fit and live in any single biome because of his evolutionary ability. Okay. This basically sums up all creatures. Let's put them up against each other in the death battle. So this is what we're going to do. Close range and far range. So far range, it's going to be 700 meters apart. They cannot come closer. And the reason why I decided to do it like this is because far range tests out these opponents when their abilities are limited out. It's a wonderful way of testing them out. And then close ranges will just, what you hear, all out war from personally face to face, right? Alright, now, let's see what these opponents can or cannot use in terms of far range. And as I know I said this, but I'll say it one more time, they cannot come closer than 700 meters. So there is absolutely no physical contact. So for Mecha Godzilla, let's see what he can use. So Buzzsaw Claw is meant for physical touch. He needs to touch the opponent to get that through. So far distance, that's not gonna work. Heavy metal durability has nothing to do with how far he is or how close he is. That's a personal thing, so yes, that's fine. Missiles can be used. Proton Scream can be used. Thrusters only for defensive, no offensive, right? And then we have the tail drill, which also cannot be used because he needs to physically touch the opponent to use the tail drill. So all in all, the actual abilities that he can use is the missiles and the Proton Scream. Alright. Now let's move on to Shin Godzilla and a bit more selection. Atomic laser, of course. Thick skin is just personal, has nothing to do with that. Atomic laser back of dorsal plates, of course. Atomic laser back of the tail, of course. Tail recreation, yes, but that's not gonna have enough time to completely finish. So we're gonna say yes, but it's ineffective at that point in this battle. And evolutionary abilities, yes, he can use that at any moment, at any time. So atomic laser from all points of the body is the main ability for Shin Godzilla, and then for Mecha Godzilla, we have registered for the far range is the missiles and the Proton Scream. So now, in this battle, 700 meters apart, I see Mecha Godzilla being the first one, as he is more aggressive than Shin Godzilla. When I say aggressive, obviously Shin Godzilla is aggressive, but he is never provoked to start the battle. At least that's what I've seen from the behavior from the film. So until he's actually threatened, he's not gonna start just going on a mass destruction path, right? So I believe Mecha Godzilla is going to be the first one to start this battle, and it's going to be through the missiles to test out the opponent, see who this person is. Is this creature going to attack? Is this creature going to back down? And it's going to be a huge mistake, because once Mecha Godzilla does use the missiles, it's going to completely make Shin Godzilla go batshit crazy. And that's what literally happened in the film for Shin Godzilla. He was fine until the military hit the back of his dorsal plates, and that's when he went crazy with the atomic laser. And when that happens, Shin Godzilla is definitely going to use the atomic laser, and it's for sure going to cut through the body of Mecha Godzilla. And the first time he uses it, it's not going to be the back of the dorsal plate or the tail. It's going to be the mouth. One quick shot, and I'm assuming it's going to hit somewhere with the hand or the leg, and it's going to cause sufficient amount of damage to Mecha Godzilla. However, Mecha Godzilla for sure is going to be able to use the Proton Scream, which is absolutely dangerous to any creature. And to use that on Shin Godzilla is going to cause a lot of damage. And the only way, which is a way where Shin Godzilla can combat this, he's going to change his form and evolve. He can evolve to a new form, completely healing himself, and then just fire back with the dorsal plate laser, with the back of the tail and the mouth, all at the opponent, and it is going to go crazy, and Mecha Godzilla is going to get completely destroyed. And therefore, I'm going to give the win to Shin Godzilla for this one, for far range. Let's go to close range. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, let's talk about this for a second. Mecha Godzilla stands at 119.8 meters tall, where Shin Godzilla stands at 118.5 meters tall. So not that much of a difference, but it is pretty close. However, Mecha Godzilla does have a little bit longer reach and a little bit longer height, giving him a better stance. Just a little bit. Now, obviously it's close range, it's face to face. So when these creatures are gonna fight, or I should call these guys kaijus, whatever you guys want to call them, they're going to run at each other and they're going to fight. So running at each other, Mecha Godzilla is going to completely destroy Shin Godzilla. He is pure steel, strong. I know Mecha Godzilla is fast as well, and Shin Godzilla is going to be a bit more on the slower side of how much of a big boy he is. He's a pretty thick boy, so it's going to cause some problems there. So Mecha Godzilla is definitely going to cause Shin Godzilla to take a big stumble from ramming into him. And not only that, right before he does ram into him, Mecha Godzilla actually can use the thrusters and thrust into him with the fire. And that's just going to guarantee that Shin Godzilla is going right down to the ground. But there is something that Shin Godzilla is known for, is his tail. It's a I think Shin Godzilla has the longest tail. I mean, it is incredible how long this creature's tail is. It can go right around its body a few times. That's how long his tail is. So, with that being said, when Shin Godzilla does go on the ground, Mecha Godzilla is going to waste no time. He's going to activate the Buzzsaw claws, and it's going to go right on Shin Godzilla, and it's going to turn that Buzzsaw on. It's going to try to rip through the flesh of Shin Godzilla. Remember, he is on his back, so it's going to cause some good time to kind of recover. Also, his skin is no way going to be penetrated by that Buzzsaw claws, giving Shin Godzilla enough time to wrap his tail around Mecha Godzilla's head and then just shoot the atomic laser and blast that head off. That's what I see happening, and again, giving the win to Shin Godzilla for 2 0. Obviously, this is just my opinion. You can debate me in the comment section below, but thank you so much for watching. This has been a very fun video, and as always, have a great and wonderful day.